What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Homies Overtime. I'm your host, Brandon Harry, here with the host, the homies, Big G and Tate, Dog Fresh. What's up, fellas?
And we just came off of a good episode of the Homies where it was AFC North centric, but we're going to have a good talk tonight about a lot of sports things. There's going to be some debate, man. So we need that live chatter jumping off from the live chat. And let's get it lit up over there like a Christmas tree tonight, man, with the comments going on for the show.
We are a three-legged dog today. Pay is not joining us, and we weren't able to have a substitute like you guys did for me last week, but we push on. We'll get more input from Tate.
We had to keep the the demographic numbers the same.
Oh, one token. Got it.
That's trash. That's garbage.
Token.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go in here and change this.
What you changing?
We'll just update this right here.
Okay.
There we go. That's better. Token.
You put token on the thing.
Token on the name tag there.
All right, what you got?
That sounds like some Emmanuel Acho stuff, B Dirt.
Hey man, it went there. I'm just gonna lean into it. I don't care. I played a part. Not my first time. Not my first time being the only one lacking pigment on the court. I'm just say that. I grew up playing at Bradford Center. It's good.
Big facts. Big facts. Getting in jumpers.
Before we get into some nitty gritty of the sports world going on right now, Madden curse.
Yeah.
Do you believe in it? Is it a real thing? Is it just coincidence? Is it just, I don't know. There's a lot going on here. Tate, what's your take on this? You think the Madden curse is real?
I don't believe in curses, B Dirt. I know Christian McCaffrey's on there. He probably have a great season. I'm not a big believer, and I know some guys had some uneventful things happen right after they were on the Madden cover, but I don't know that's because they were on the Madden cover. Is my thought.
So I think it's a real thing.
Superstitious Big G.
Yeah, I think it's a real thing. I think, and the reason why is that what happens, not every time, but most of the time, if you appear on the cover of the Madden football game, right, normally you have a down year or an injury year. I think there's only been like one or two times where the guy that was on the cover of the game went on to do some great things that season. That's not by accident. Right, that's not by accident. It could just be because of pressure on a particular play. Because think about it. In order for you to get on the cover of Madden, you really got to be a dog. Like you can go all the way back to the original Madden game, B-Dirt, and like everybody that's been on that cover has been a dog. There's been no suspect scrubs on that cover. So that's why I don't know if it's because you're trying to push and put yourself in position and you want to be like, okay, the one. But McCaffrey believes he's the one. So he might be the one that officially like puts it to bed. There's no more such thing as the Madden curse. And we're going to push and move forward. He might be the one. Because right now, he's the best running back in football. I think probably, would you guys say if fantasy football season started today, he would be the number one guy you picked? I don't think there's any doubt in that.
Gotta be. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I picked him first last year, so
okay.
I'm going to say yes.
I got a list.
You see, Madden 18 cover, Tom Brady went 13-3, 45, 77 passing yards, 66% completion, 32 tutties, and 8. So all the players that seem to do well are the quarterbacks.
Lamar Jackson didn't have no.
In 20, Madden 21, he had a good season.
Yeah. So I think the curse kicked in with Dante Culpepper in 2002 because he missed 5 games, and then 2000, Falk missed 8 games, and then 2004, Mike Viss missed 11 games, and in 2006, Donovan McNabb missed 7 games, and then Sean Alexander in 2007 missed 6, and Troy Polamalu on the cover missed 11, and I mean it's been a lot of guys missing a lot of games, bro.
Quadfather said McCaffrey has an injury history, but I wouldn't have taken that cover.
I wouldn't either.
Listen, I don't believe in curses. I can't say that I'm 100% not superstitious, but I don't believe in curses like that. But if you listen to Pay Dirt, you know I do believe in probabilities.
Yeah.
So, you know, probabilities say that it'll be a down year for whoever's on this cover, aka Christian McCaffrey. Probabilities also say the Steelers are going to have a winning season. I might bet on both those things.
Are you still going to take, if you get the number 1 pick, are you going to take McCaffrey number 1?
I'm going to think twice now.
Tate?
I'm going to think twice.
If you get the number 1 pick, you taking McCaffrey number 1?
You talking about fantasy football?
Yep.
I'm taking the Steelers defense.
Let's stop it.
We're gonna roll you, son.
That's a big cap.
That's a
big cap. He ain't taking Pittsburgh defense first. Stop it. Come on, Tate. I'll bet you an hour corner time right now that you ain't gonna take the Steelers defense number 1. I'll bet it right now. You ain't doing it.
He's falling in the first round, right?
I'm talking about with the first pick.
I'm not had the first pick.
So you're saying you're saying at pick 5 or 6 you're going to take the Steelers defense
in the first round? Steelers defense.
I bet you corner time right now. I bet you a whole hour corner time right now. You are not going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers defense with the first overall pick.
I might do this. Make you take corner time, man.
Know what?
I can rebound.
I'll take that. I'll take that because that'll cook you in fantasy football.
I appreciate the pettiness in that response, Tate. I really do.
Yeah, I can rebound from that. I picked
no way.
Last year's number 1 overall pick.
Let's get off the fantasy football subject. That's a subject for another day. Danny Littlejohn does have a question he wants to answer. He says, Big G, Beater, when are refs and umpires going to stop betting on games?
Never. Go ahead, Beater.
Danny, I'm not real sure why you left Tate out of this. He probably has some really good insight on it.
I'm not a ref and I don't bet on games. What are we talking about?
But listen, you bet on I listened to you talking about betting your barber. Come on now. You bet on games with whoever walks by.
Whatever way the breeze goes,
forget,
Peter. Whatever way the breeze goes.
We met each other gambling. That's how we met, Tate.
We did.
I got him in the betting corner time, so he's betting all over the place now, boy. He bet anything.
I'll say this. People have been doing dumb things since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? So I think people will continue to do dumb things. The fact that some of the stuff, so now that gambling's more a part of sports than it ever has been, with being able to gamble at some stadiums now and so on and so forth, all the sponsorships that gambling sites have. Shout out to DraftKings if you ever want to sponsor us.
Big facts.
I will say they're doing the right thing though. They're catching people, and they're getting punished for it. And I think the punishments have been very harsh. What it'll have to continue that way. I'm not saying it's going to completely alleviate it, but I think it's going to definitely lower how much it's doing. And this is what I'm going to say. I said a lot about these things right here. Camera phones. You know, people think there's a lot of violence in the world today, blah, 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 all these things, you know, fights, shootings, yada, yada, yada. But when you look at it comparatively to history, we've actually gone down in a lot of those numbers. But you know what we haven't gone down in? Actually seeing it.
Yeah.
We used to just hear about it. It's completely different than seeing the video. So I think what they're doing is bringing this more to light because there's more spotlight and resources going into it because of the gambling entities sponsoring things. I think they're bringing light to it and they're looking into it more and using their money in that. And I think they're now getting caught when people have probably been doing it since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna stop anybody, B-Dirt. I just don't believe it's gonna stop anybody. People are gonna do what they do, but like you said, now there's a bigger risk and a bigger.
I don't think it's ever going to be completely alleviated.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be less and less often.
Mm-hmm. People are gonna do what they do.
We got a question here for you, Big G, from Trevor Round. Big G is a Steelers fan. What's your favorite funny nickname for the AFC North teams?
Them elves, dog.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what he's talking about.
No, he's talking about nickname from us.
Yeah, well, like you call the Cincinnati Bungles.
No, I don't. See, I don't disrespect the Bengals.
But I think that's what Trevor's saying. Trevor, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll be talking about them little elves.
He's asking out of all teams. I like the Ratbirds at all of them.
Yeah, I like that Ratbird to call them rat. I can't stand Baltimore. So I don't like the Ratbirds, but them little elves. Get the little elves.
I'm trying to get it started with the Keebler Browns.
I'm with it.
You know what I mean?
I'm with it. Let's just call them. They already calling the mistake by the lake, so let's just call them Big Trash. I like it. Rolls off my tongue so well. Big Trash Brownies. Let's call them that, bro. Forever.
Big Trash Brownies rolls off your tongue.
Just rolls off my tongue, bro. Rolls off.
Freaky Friday.
Big facts. Big facts.
Woohoo! Hey now.
No, Tate, dang the phone.
That's great. That's great imaging, Tate. That's A+ imaging.
No,
listen.
Oh my God.
If you are listening to this on Spotify, thank you. We appreciate you. Subscribe, like, download, get all that notifications. But you gotta go check us out on YouTube sometime.
He gave them Diddy pause. Wow, that was
Diddy
hilarious.
Pause. So the NBA finals are still kind of going on.
Yeah.
3-0. Yeah. I think Tate, have you been peeping on it a little bit? Have you been seeing what's going on?
I got the score if you need it.
What is it?
What do you got?
40-25 Mavericks. They're up 15. They're up 15 with 7 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the second.
Well, I'm glad to see that they didn't roll over for belly pets. So right now, 3-0 on the Celtics. The Celtics have looked really good. Porzingis got one of the weirdest injuries I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah.
But my question for you guys is, who are you giving credit to for this 3-0 lead? And who are you giving blame to for this 3-0 lead? And do you give any credit whatsoever to Mazzulla? Or do you still think he's just a kind of a weird dude coaching this team? G, I know you got a lot of opinions about it. I'll fire it over to you.
So I give about 60 to 70% to Mazzulla, right? Mazzulla in my opinion, should have won Coach of the Year in the NBA. He should have. His adjustments that he's made all season and in the playoffs, and let's just be frank and honest, the Boston Celtics have had a historically great basketball team for this season. Historically, not just good overall, just for the season. Historically, like for history, right? And when coaches make adjustments based on what they see on film and make adjustments to what they see in the game. He found out quick, fast, in a hurry that the way he was going to be successful against the Dallas Mavericks was to hunt Luka Doncic on the defensive end. And so he was like, whatever one of you guys get it, and whatever one of y'all switch to Luka, drive to the basket, take him one-on-one, wear him out and wear him down. And that strategy has worked to perfection.
Luka's not great, not even really good at defense when he's healthy, and he's obviously not healthy right now. So spot on with that one.
Yep.
Who do you give the blame to on the Mavericks right now for being down 3-0?
Luka.
Yeah?
Luka.
Because of the defense?
Well, yeah, that, and you can't listen, if you're going to shine when it's time, when it's bad, you take the hit. You're the leader. But what Luka's not doing, and he's hurting his team, is not doing by hurting his team. He's complaining to the refs and all. Man, they should have threw Luka out that game on game 3. They should have threw him out.
Yeah,
because he was cussing at the refs, crazy, talking crazy to him. I'm like, bro, you didn't see, man, some of them fouls that Boston, I seen Jason Tatum get clobbered going to the basket. They didn't call no whistle. The refs swallowed it. So I was like, nah, bro. It's going both ways, man, with this, bro. The calls are the same. So if you're going to shine and be the leader, you need to take all the hits when it's going on. Why get the big pause for that, Tate?
The ref swallowed him?
The whistle, swallow the whistle.
You said the ref swallowed him.
you know what I really...
You definitely get the big pause.
I think it's easy to forget this, but this is what this finals has reminded me. Luka's 25.
Yeah.
It's easy to start thinking of him as a 28, 30-year-old player because of his play style, the fact that he's been a pro overseas and came here early. He's been in the league for 5 years. So it's easy to lose track of that. But he's 25. He has not seen the hardships of losing a conference final or an NBA final. And I think you're seeing some of that come to light. Tate, what's your take right now on the NBA finals? You got credit, blame. What do you think of Mazzulla?
Can I just say this real quick? Ellie just hit a triple, knocked in a run. Cannellari came up, hit a 2-run home run. Reds up 5-1 against the first place Brewers. But as far as we're gonna get to baseball anyway, I should just wait. But it just happened. I'm so excited.
Listen, credit's there, folks. He will step on your toes when he's dancing with you. I'm just telling
you. Hey, man. I think this is one of the very few times, man, outside of the referee swallowing the whistle. I guess because he blows.
You need to hit the Diddy pause with that one, buddy.
Hey,
you need to hit the pause with that one. Come on,
hey, man. No, everything Big G.
Are we live? Is this thing on?
Everything Big G said was spot on, man. I mean, Joel Mazzulla does deserve probably more credit than that. Joel Mazzulla's a good coach. He had him with a great record last year.
Yeah.
He got upset in, I believe, the second round last year.
Yeah.
By the Miami Heat, but he got him right back this year with like 64 wins.
Yeah.
Best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, you know, he picked up right where Ime Udoka left off.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't miss a beat. So I think we got to give Mazzulla credit for just being a good coach of a good team. His adjustments in this, and I said that.
Big G, you know, presently refraining from adultery jokes. Go ahead, keep going.
Big G, you listen to. I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't inundate it, but I did send a little excerpt from a podcast talking about the Cavs. I sent the mod.
Yeah.
What they said about how Boston would do Dallas, and that's what we tried to tell him on the know-it-alls.
He don't want to listen because he's big bias.
No, listen. He didn't say it with his chest. I listened to the know-it-alls. He wasn't willing to bet not a minute of corner time, not a dollar of cash.
Because he's trash.
Nothing behind his take.
Because his take was biased and trash. That's why. That's why he didn't do it.
He knew it.
Hey, bro. Go ahead, Tate.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say the matchup is just bad for Boston for Dallas because Boston has 3 on-ball defenders, and that's more than the 2 people Dallas has is Luka and Kyrie.
And they were worried.
They got 3. I thought they got 4, Tate. I think they got 4.
Well, but I'm talking about Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown.
Tatum plays defense too.
Who?
Tatum.
He plays defense, but he's not an on-ball stopper. All them guys are on-ball stoppers.
I agree.
But Tatum's long. He can make it hard on you, but
big ball.
The general the general consensus from a lot of people in the media was that by getting rid of Marcus Smart, they were getting rid of heart, and they were getting rid of toughness, and they were getting rid of defense. Their defense got better.
It did.
I don't know. Maybe toughness maybe didn't get better, but they're more intelligent as a basketball team now.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I don't. It's just perception because Marcus Smart is one of those rah guys, and Drew Holiday is not.
Yeah.
He's just as tough on the court. He's better offensive player. Yeah. He will take the biggest guy down and get a body and go get a basket on the block.
And he does whatever is needed for him on that day. That's what I like about him. Craig Werlow had a comment here, said Luka was acting like a soccer player when getting touched. Embarrassing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good take. But he pushes off every time too. He chicken wings, man, every time, man. And so
Claude Bishop signing.
What's up, Claude? What's cracking, bro? What's going on, Claude?
You didn't know this, but you got a get out of jail free card today. So G said no Matrix for Claude today.
I told you.
He hit the facts. And he hit the facts.
It's the same thing he did the other day. He came creeping in the tail end of the show and didn't say nothing. Then we saw he was there. Like, damn, Claude didn't say nothing. They get matrified this week.
Well, he just said everything we said was big facts. So he's even making sure he's trying to Katie bar the door. He ain't trying to see no parts of that matrix, bro. He ain't trying to see no parts of it.
Claude is driving.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Thanks for tuning in, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for listening, Claude.
Before we swing back to the NFL, I think we've
probably is the reason though that he's the fault. He's the blame for Dallas.
Oh, can I ask this about the series too? Do you? And it's just me. I think that the Oklahoma City Thunder set the blueprint for Boston to beat Dallas because their teams are very similar. I think that Lou Dort is like Drew Holiday. I think Shea is like either Brown or Tatum, and I think Chet Holmgren is a less version of Porzingis or Hartford. I think they're similar, and I think they. Yeah, OKC. No, they did.
Like you ordered the Boston Celtics off of Temu. Next.
Yeah, Big T. They're not.
Celtics are better. I'm saying they're a better version of them.
I don't think there was I don't think that's it. I don't think that's what they did at all.
I don't either.
And I feel like you even said something about they looked better on defense. The national media said that the Mavs looked better on defense last matchup against OKC. They did. The fact is they don't match up defensively with this team. They were even searching out Luka and pick and roll stuff, and it just wasn't. They were able to defend it. You know what's funny is I watched in game 1. They sought Luka out on a pick and roll with Jaylen Brown. And if you watch, Jaylen Brown doesn't go into that pick and roll very often anymore. Because as soon as he did, Luka jumped his right hand, past him, forced him to go left. And if you watch the Celtics and you know Jaylen Brown, not real great with his left hand. And I thought it was very smart, but they made the adjustment immediately to your point with Mazzulla. Mazzulla's a weird cat, but I think he's turning out to be a pretty good in-game coach, making adjustments.
Yes,
probably the best in the league.
Well, you're going a little too far again, man.
He might be the best coach in the NBA. Who's better?
Nobody's better than Spo.
Stop it.
Nobody.
Stop it. No way.
Okay.
That's biased.
So before we get into this argument, we're going to take a quick break because we're going to come back and talk about some more NFL football. If you're tuning in right now, I don't know where those algorithms are. That's Big G's part of the show here. But go ahead, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Get out there. Hit that share button. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to the Homies Overtime. You've got 3/4 of the crew in full effect, and we are going to switch back over to the NFL mini camps.
Wait, B-Dirt.
Yo.
It looks like a 37 watching, 28 likes, so that ratio is a little bit better. Yeah.
I'd like to have more watching, but I like the ratio. Good job on the ratio.
I got 665 watching.
Oh, you can see it more than I. Well, 65 and 29 likes.
Well, that's not your half.
No, not yet.
But B-Dirt got what he wanted.
Yeah, big
We're
facts.
getting there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about NFL minicamp workloads because we got some interesting things going on in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll start off with the Jets. After being at OTAs, Aaron Rodgers just said, "Nah, I don't want to do minicamp. I got some other stuff I'd rather do." Doesn't sound like the coaching staff's too happy about it. We got Joe Burrow at Cincinnati taking some time, not doing some stuff. We got a lot of guys throughout the league not really participating in OTA or in minicamp after OTAs and minicamp. Some of them not showing up at all. Some of them getting fined. Some of them just doing walkthroughs.
Mm.
You know, I'm interested in what you guys think about this for off-season programs, how the teams are going, how they're building. And is this any part of the big picture where the NFL wants to go to 18 games with only 2 preseason games and not 3 preseason games? Like, how does any of that fit in? Tate, I'll throw it over to you.
Mm.
What do you think NFL minicamp workloads? Any big deal? No deal? What do you think about it?
No big deal. They're just out there in shorts and jerseys. You know what I mean? It's not no stress. And do a lot of installs, getting plays put in. You're getting to build rapport with the new guys. You know, the rookies and the free agents, the new people to your team. You know, so I don't think it's any problem with it. But I do think that they will be transitioning to an 18-game schedule.
Facts.
Maybe as soon as next year.
Whenever the contract is up. When is the contract
the CBA up?
I think it's up 2025, 2026. So I think they got to go at least 2 years. Tate will look it up to verify it. But B-Dirt, I got an issue. With it. I want to tell Aaron Rodgers to get to taking a lap. Aaron Rodgers. Because you played 6 plays last year.
March 2031, so it's a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it started ratified in 2020 and runs through the 2030 season.
Oh yeah, they got a long time. Players ain't moving on that unless they break them off a lot of bread.
Yeah. They hire that percentage, they can get them to move it again. But go ahead, G. Sorry.
Yeah, but I got an issue with Aaron Rodgers, man. He only played 6 plays last year, bro. You need to be there for your team. I don't care how good of a wily old veteran you are. Having camaraderie through OTAs and because it is called mandatory minicamp. Starting with the word
he's getting fined.
Mandatory, correct. Now, your pockets might be deep. You might be able to handle it, but it's still mandatory. And I think that when guys – I just can't tell you the last time a player who was at a pivotal position like a quarterback held out, and in the upcoming season, they had a great season. I can't tell you the last time. Now, I've seen players at running back, wide receiver, linebacker, cornerback. I've seen that. Defensive lineman. But a quarterback holding out? Come on, bro. Come on, taking fines. What type of message as a leader are you sending to your team? And now, Joe Burrow's different. Because Joe Burrow's been there. He might not have participated, but he's there. He's in Cincinnati.
He's there.
Right.
He set out for 2 days.
Yeah.
I agree. And it's also like we've all played sports. There's something to team building and camaraderie and that brotherhood and working hard for that person next to you. You know, the Dallas got CD Lamb out.
Trash.
Browns got Amari Cooper out.
Garbage.
The Jets also have Hassan Reddick out. We all know about Brandon Ayuk.
They traded for him because he let Philly got rid of him because he wanted the contract. The Jets traded for him. Hassan Reddick we're talking about and hadn't gave him a contract yet.
That's facts. That's facts, Tate. That's big.
Now, on the other foot here, down in Miami, Tua doesn't have a contract extension whatsoever. He's on his last year.
He participating.
He's there.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for those guys. The quarterback's the one that I think I have the most problem with. Some of the other guys, I don't care.
Yeah. But Burrow there, like I said, he might have set out for this and that. And that could have been precautionary.
He was
know.
there, though. He was at practice. He just it was workload management, basically.
Yeah, I'm with that. But not to show up, and you often, I don't know where he at. He probably sitting in some tunnel somewhere eating shrooms, trying to get his mind right and get some hallucinations, because that's what he do. But you done bailed on your team, bro, and I don't think that's going to work. You're not bigger than the New York Football Jets, Aaron Rodgers, and I hope you're listening. You ain't better than the New York Football. You're not bigger than the New York Football Jets. You're not. That is an organization, a 32 team, one of the 32 teams in the NFL organization. You're not bigger than them. You need to show up for your teammates.
What do you think about the NFL trying to go to 18 games?
I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's just a matter of when.
Rather than interject it into the CBA and start a new CBA. Bro, 2025 would be a good time to do that.
Right, bro. College football, you can play up to 17 in college football now. You play a 13 game regular season, and you might have to win 4 playoff games to get the chip. That's 17. If the college boys is playing 17, what you think the NFL going to do?
And you know what else college is doing? College is no longer regional.
Facts.
They're going coast to coast to play each other.
Yeah, Oregon, Ohio State,
USC going to have to go to Rutgers eventually.
Don't Michigan got to go out west this year against UCLA or something like that?
Seattle.
Yeah, they're going October
up to Washington.
5th. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, that they go, you got to pack the bags and travel, bro. So, that's
Quad Father said if Aaron Rodgers in the cave, he's not listening, Big G. I gotta agree with him. I think
he's going out the cave.
We sound like, we probably sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course he's not going to listen to me because he's Aaron Rodgers. But the truth of the matter, the facts is he's not better or bigger than the New York Football Jets. Stop it. You haven't done anything for that organization. Zero. Not one thing. You carried a flag out game 1 and got hurt. You've done nothing for the Jets.
But so they let them come and hijack the organization. And hijack, yeah. Most elite quarterbacks get to do that unless it's just not in them to be that kind of a diva quarterback. Big Ben did that to some extent.
Well, I also think desperation and culture has something to do with that too, because if you look at 2 years ago, Rusty goes to the Broncos and they give him his own office at the building. They give him his own, he gets to do his whole thing by himself. Mm-hmm. He comes to Pittsburgh. He don't do that.
Because he was humble. He got humbled.
Well, not only that, but I just feel like there's a different culture and there's no desperation in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization whatsoever.
He couldn't come to Pittsburgh and ask for that.
No.
I mean, Ben got Ben's day, which he got Wednesdays off as he got older, but that was about the extent. They wasn't informed.
Again, that's workload management too.
Facts. Yeah. I agree. That's big facts.
Switch back to the NBA real quick, and we're gonna pivot off of this, but we lost a legend this past week, so I want to make sure that's noted. Rest in peace to the logo, Jerry West, West Virginia's finest.
Yeah.
I've been listening to some things and some tributes to him or whatever. Back in the 90s, he had a pretty good week as an executive when he traded absolutely nothing. Basically, a pack of Skittles for Kobe Bryant, and in the
Pick
same
number 13. Pick 13.
He traded Vlade Divac.
Vlade Divac at
In
the end of his career.
Yeah, in that summer, he got Shaq in free agency to leave Orlando.
It was the same week.
Yeah.
That's got to be
number
one all time. That's got to be number one all time. Y'all can say what you want to as far as finagling a draft and getting a free agent. That has got to be the best move that was ever made.
You put that over the big three in Miami?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. They three-peated.
And number two, and number two, the number two there is definitely better. Chris Bosh is a great player, but he's not Shaq or Kobe.
Facts.
Yeah. And I also think he's the architect of 3 dynasties.
Facts.
The Magic Kareem Lakers.
Facts.
The Shaq Kobe Lakers.
Facts.
And he was a major consultant for the Golden State Warriors dynasty.
Facts.
Yeah, that's
big
true.
Facts. Big facts. Hey, but I got to ask a question. Is Jerry West a top 25 player?
Definitely.
Oh, Tate.
Definitely. We don't list he's outside the top 10, but he's definitely in the top 20.
Tate. Top 25? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't know, bro.
How about this? Can we settle on this? He's somewhere between 20 and 30.
Yeah, I'll say that.
14-time All-Star, 10 All-NBA, 2 second-team All-NBA, 4 All-Defensive Team, scoring champion 1970, assist leader. Yeah, dude was NBA Finals MVP. Look at his resume.
But Tate, we know the top 10, right? But when you start talking about 11 down,
he got 25,000 points.
I know that, man. But Tate, 11 through about 20 is a rough ride.
Let me say this, Big G. 27 points per game.
Yeah.
Almost 6 rebounds, 5.8 rebounds. So
yeah.
They 27, 6, and 7.
Okay.
That's it. And all the accolades on his resume.
Yeah, but do you add in championships and winnings because he didn't win a lot?
He win a lot. Everybody can't win.
I'm just saying, but do you add that into the equation when you start talking about top 25?
That's validation. He got one.
He got one at the end of the ride. He got one.
He got one in 72.
At the end of the ride.
How about this? 27.1, 7.5 rebounds, 7.4 assists.
I mean, I'm feeling it.
What you say, B-Dirt?
27.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.4 assists.
Who is that?
LBJ.
West.
Oh, yeah. See?
You're saying the numbers are similar. I get that. I understand that. But
I didn't realize it was that close. I'm gonna take it back. I take you're right. He top 25.
Yeah.
Man.
Easy.
I guess there's no difference between 25 and 30. I'll say between 20 and 30,
right?
yeah.
That's without a 3-point line, right?
Yeah.
And he was a good shooter.
He was a good shooter.
Yeah.
So so Jerry West, will we agree? Hall of Famer, basketball.
Facts.
Hall of Famer as an executive, right?
Facts.
Who's probably the only person in the NFL could say the same thing?
Ozzie Newsome.
There you go, B-Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jerry West was a much greater player in basketball than Ozzie Newsome was in football.
But Ozzie was still really, really good.
Really, really good. Yeah.
It was a little before his time. I would like to see him play in today's league the way they use the tight end more.
Oh, Ozzie would have been. If Ozzie would have played in the last 10, 15 years, Ozzie would be numero uno.
So
he'd be numero uno.
I want to know on the lighter side of this, well, not really the lighter side, but on a different spin on this. I sent this out to you guys. Can you name an athlete or a celebrity that their passing really kind of affected you a little bit, made you think, made you really kind of mourn or put stuff in a different perspective?
Kobe definitely right off the bat. When Kobe passed, that stung a little bit.
Yeah.
When Kobe passed, that stung. That stung a little bit for me personally.
Ask the question again, Big G. I mean, B-Dirt.
So, name an athlete or celebrity death that affected you the most. It could be a celebrity or an athlete, just somebody like of celebrity status. When they passed.
I was grown when Kobe passed. I mean, that was like about 4 years ago.
Yeah, it can be grown.
I'm saying. So because of that, I understand that tragedies happen, right? I feel like when you're younger, it hits you much more unexpectedly, and the thought of death, and you're young, and So I'm going back. I remember, I think it was April of '83. Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Marvin Gaye.
Shot by his father.
Shot by his father. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
you know another one that got me too? 87, man, when Len Bias died, man. That messed me up, bro. Yeah. When Len Bias, because that's like when I was really developing my passion and love of basketball. When Len Bias died, I was like, man, what the heck? And then to find out that he only used cocaine that one time and it killed him, I was like, oh my God. Think about it,
he used cocaine. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, more so somebody like Hank Gathers died on the court playing in the game.
Man, there's some good ones. Big. There's some good ones in the chat. T. Riley. I'm going to not act like you said Michael Jackson, but Prince. Yeah. That's a good one.
Franco Harris.
Quad Father said Derek Thomas. Tim Lyon said Pat Tillman. That's a
but see, even with Pat Tillman, it was in war. He was in the military.
Yeah, but it was still tragic though.
Soldiers die all the time. Is that any more tragic than Soldier Mr. X that we don't know? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is because the light shined on it.
Was it more tragic?
Well,
it's not more tragic. It's just
I don't want. Listen, I also don't want to go down this rabbit hole. But if you research his death, it wasn't your average.
That's right. It was like friendly fire type thing.
So there's a lot behind the. I don't want to go into that, but that's a good. Go listen to podcasts about Pat Tillman's death. It's very interesting. Thurman Munson was one my father would have said. Jack Bauer.
John Lennon. That's a good one. John Lennon.
I'll tell you who mine was. Because I actually had the pleasure to meet this gentleman. Broke bread with him. Had a couple drinks. Talked about life. I was dating a girl at the time that was going into the what do you call it? She was going to humanitarian things. And going overseas to help Peace Corps. Yeah, she was joining the Peace Corps. I was trying to figure out where to go to have the biggest impact, but still be safe as a woman there. Mm-hmm. And Anthony Bourdain was nothing but a sweet, kind man. And I'll never forget the evening we got to spend with him. It was one of those things we had like backstage passes for a meet and greet, got to talk to him, and he, based upon what she was getting ready to do, invited us out with him and sat and talked to him. And it was just really cool to talk with him about those kind of things. And then you look at his history with addiction and getting past that, and then having issues with women and just having bad taste for the most part, and spiraling out of effect and then taking his own life, man. It's just sad, and it really kind of that one stung. Mm-hmm. That one stung.
Craig said Bruce Lee too, by the way. Craig said Bruce Lee's
a great one. Payne Stewart's a good one. Yeah. Willie Stargell died on opening day.
How Bruce Lee died?
Roberto Clemente.
He had a I think either Bruce Lee had a brain aneurysm. It was something to do with his head. And he was on a set of filming The Game of Death, and he had to get rushed to the hospital, and he died at the hospital.
His son died on set too.
Mm-hmm. Brandon.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll take a quick break before we come back, and find out whose MLB teams are posers or who are competitors. Big G will like this segment. But we'll hear from our sponsors real quick, and we'll be right back here in just a few seconds.
B-Dirt, you ready to ride?
Ready to ride. Hit those thumbs up. Hit those likes. Make sure you get those algorithms up. Before we get into our baseball things, I do want to go over some things. Just throwing out some numbers from the WNBA. It's been a very polarizing subject of late.
Facts.
We have gotten into it a little bit, but nothing like what I've seen out there. But I did poll some things here. So just looking at their rankings, and this was last week, 6/10. Approximately 400,000 fans had attended games in person. That's what do they say? 94% capacity on their actual attendance. That's 17% up from last year. More than half of their games were sellouts, making it 156% increase from last year. The average viewership on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and CBS is 1.32 million viewers, which triples last year's average of 462,000. Cash cow?
Yeah, it's working to perfection. That's the definition. That's the definition. Hey, get out of the red, get into black. That's what you do when something's hot. You run it in the ground. And that's the definition of a cash cow. So, yes, absolutely.
Still projected in the red, by the way. Still projected in the red. But when they show those things, they're still last year's numbers as far as negotiating your contract for your deal. There's no new deal in effect. New deal makes those new. I really think, yes, it is a lot with the Caitlin Clark effect, but I also think the competition and how other players are coming at her and other players are being in social media more. I think Angel Reese is starting to get a lot more publicity. I think some of the great players are. Tate, take it away.
You said at the beginning, did you start out saying it's become a lot polarizing? Is that the word you use?
Polarizing as far as debating Caitlin Clark and the WNBA takes. I think it's become very polarizing.
Is it any difference than 40 years ago, 45 years with Magic and Bird? I think it's the same thing. It's just today's thing. One. Two, I think what's happening is it's obviously the Caitlin Clark effect.
Facts.
But because more games are televised now, more people want to see these terrific women athletes are going out there playing the game with passion like they've always played it. We just weren't seeing it.
Big facts.
That little elbow to Angel Reese and the throwdown at Caitlin Clark, that stuff's been happening. And it just happened. It's been happening. That's basketball, right? So, and I also think that these women are, because of the exposure they're getting now, you're starting to see their personalities. You got some female goons. You got some Dennis Rodmans who, get up in your face and it's just like, like hockey teams have goons. These female teams have players sent out there to just antagonize star players on the other side. So it's setting up just like the male game. We're just seeing it now. We're watching it more, and we're actually enjoying it.
It's been great to watch.
I know. I watched the Seattle Storm and the Chicago Sky. I think that's who's played the other day on T. And I watched the whole game. I watched the whole game.
I need to find the Ion channel on my TV.
This weekend's got some good ones out there too. Aces, Mercury, a bunch of good teams and good players coming. But I want to run some other stats by you. And Big G, you may have seen these, may not have. 16.8 points per game versus 16.3.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
5
you can stop out there. Go ahead, but I know what you're talking about.
6.3 assists versus 1.1. 1.5 steals versus 0.6. 5.3 rebounds versus 4.5. 0.9 blocks versus 0.1. Field goal percentage 373 versus 370. 3-point percentage 327 versus 360. Free throws 89.3 versus 84.6. And the E field goal, the overall rating based upon putting the 3-pointers and giving them a curve values 0.481 versus 0.474. The first young lady on there is Caitlin Clark, and the second is the GOAT in her rookie year, Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, Taurasi. Yeah, facts. It is. I knew when you said the first stats, I knew who it was.
So, I don't know what the expectation was for Caitlin Clark coming in. I didn't expect her to average 30 points a game. I think she's doing pretty close to what I thought. She definitely needs to clean up the turnovers.
God, she leads the league. She's almost 6 a game.
The speed. She's used to making those fancy passes and long bounce passes and stuff. And the speed of the game and the anticipation and intelligence of the game is caught up to her doing that. She needs to make that adjustment. To quote you, Big G, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Or she's going to be.
Hey, you don't think Diana Taurasi's the GOAT?
Or she's going to be
of the WNBA.
Who said that?
Pay.
Nah, Lisa Leslie.
No. I mean, Diana Taurasi going to her 6th Olympics. She's been doing this like LeBron. Just the longevity alone, you got to put respect on her name.
She's Mount Rushmore. But Lisa Leslie.
As a player, skill for skill, because Diana Taurasi is a smaller guard, but she's a beast. I'm going Candace Parker.
Candace Parker was a dog too.
That's what I'm saying.
She was a dog too. That's ESPN, Mount Rushmore. There's three. There's three in Mount Rushmore.
Has Tamika Catchings 2.
Yeah, I put
behind Taurasi. Cynthia Cooper 3.
Nah,
WNBA.
Yeah, nah.
Maya Moore 4.
She was. Cheryl Swoops was too.
Who was one?
Diana Taurasi.
Okay, yeah. Where's Candace Parker?
She's not there yet.
Oh man, she got to be there. Leslie got to be there too.
That must be an old list.
Yeah, Leslie got to be there. Lisa Leslie, man.
Wait, hold on.
They some dogs.
2021.
Yeah, that's 3 years ago.
Yeah, Candace Parker done won 2 titles and retired since then.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie, Candace. If I had a Mount Rushmore, it's Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie,
right,
Diana
so here's
Taurasi,
one after last season,
and Shamika Holslaw. That's my 4.
Holslaw wasn't like that in the WNBA though. She was in college.
So Betway Insider has Diana Taurasi 1, Lisa Leslie 2. But it has Elena Deladon 3. I would never put 3.
Never.
Has Stewie at 4, Maya Moore at 5.
Maya Moore was a dog.
Lauren Jackson at 6.
Lauren Jackson was a dog.
7.
Yeah.
That sounds more right for Tamika Catchings. Around 6, 7.
Sylvia Fowles is 8. Cheryl Swoops at 9. Sue Bird at 10.
You know about to crack that top 10 real quick, fast and hurry?
Caitlin Clark?
No, Aja Wilson.
But I've looked at 4.
Aja's a dog.
I've looked at 4
Maybe
lists.
Finer too.
Every single one of them has Diana Taurasi at 1. So
Yeah,
I'm interested. I'm interested to hear what Pay thinks number 1 would be then.
Pay Brown bagging right now. He might have been misunderstood the question. He might have.
Hey,
misunderstood the question.
Pay, put down them lemon peppers.
Yeah. Hey,
we all know you're vacationing at Magic City.
The pepper steppers. What you said about Kobe, Tate?
No, I thought that I actually thought that Johnny Gold thought that said Katie, because remember Katie Smith played for the Minnesota, played at Ohio State. She's really good.
Yeah, she's nice. From what? She was from local girl like Bluffton or someplace.
Was she right?
Mm-hmm. Somewhere between Findlay and Lima. Somewhere between there.
She was a beast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We will transition over to baseball to wrap this up. We know one team that does not seem to be a poser. The second best winning percentage in the Major League Baseball behind the Yankees at 46-22 for 676 winning percentage, your Philadelphia Phillies. No matter how bad their fans are, their team is good.
Listen, man, I'm upset a little bit at them Phillies, bro. They better get it together, man. I'm going to have to make me a trip over there. I'm going to have to go east about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, and do some shaking. You don't drop 2 games to the trash Boston Red Sox, man. That's garbage. You don't do that. Now, I understand we got injuries. I get it. Our catchers got put on IR. I understand it's part of baseball, and I know it's the longevity of the season. But, bro, we listen. We don't drop no 2 games to no Boston Red Sox, bro. That's garbage. On national television, you drop 2, and you got smoked one of them. So the Phillies better wake up.
Long season. You're doing good. Quadfather might have had the comment of the night. Hey, please take an Uber and have fun tonight.
Facts.
John Caldwell said, "Go Tigers." Thanks, John.
Tate, put Tim back in the Matrix. Tate, put him in right now. Put him in right now. He called my Phillies trash.
You're definitely a contender. My question is, how do you feel about your team's pitching when you get into the postseason? You feel good?
Yeah. I like our rotation. I like our so in the postseason,
you got to win 3 starters.
Yeah. You got to win 4. You got to win 3 games or 4 games to get through, right? And then you got to have at least 1 or 2 of those guys who are the 4th or 5th guy that's got to be able to be serviceable to get you a win, right? But what's even more, in my opinion, what's even more is the relief pitching scenario. And the Phillies have held most teams under 3 runs. Like the Phillies was smoking teams and holding them under 3. These last couple of games, we was giving up 6 and 9. I was like, what's going on? Oh, our rotation is messed up because a couple of guys is hurt right now. But I feel great about our pitching, man. Now will we might make a move? Maybe. But I feel great about our pitching. I think we're top 3 in the league as far as pitching is concerned. Top 3. And we got the Cy Young winner. So, that's all I'm saying. I think he got his dub tonight. I got to go look to see if he got his dub.
Going into tonight, we had 2 teams out of our beloved teams that were 33-35.
Mm-hmm. I'm
going to tell you right now, I think the Detroit Tigers are posers.
That could be
I also picked them to be posers. Hopefully they can get to 500, but they've got 4 guys hitting over 200 right now that was in their starting lineup. Mm-hmm. And one of them just got assigned to AAA Toledo.
The Mud Hens?
So that ain't good.
Yeah, he went to the Mud Hens.
Riley Green, I like his comeback. He was struggling with his batting average. He's only hitting 245 right now. Got 12 home runs, though. But the story of the Tigers, if you want to point to anything, Tariq Skubal, left-handed pitcher, 27-year-old. I hope we hold on to him. He's 8-1 with a 1.92 ERA, 96 Ks, 5th in the league, a whip of .89, which is 2nd in the league, 3rd in the ERA, tied for 4th with record. I mean, guy's having a year, but he's wasted.
Beater, we 3-3 in the 11th, man, on a rain delay against the Baltimore Orioles, dog. This is the stuff I be talking about, dog. This is the stuff I be talking
Orioles
about.
aren't bad. But the Reds are getting hot and coming back up and have hit that same 485 mark. Tate, you still bullish on your Reds to turn this around?
Yeah, man, they gonna turn it around. We was, like you said, we 33 and 35. We were 20 and 30 at one point. That means we're 13 and 5 out the last 18 games.
Oh,
we're playing an important game against. Playing an important game right now against the Brewers. We're up 6-3 going into the stretch right now. We got our third baseman coming back. What's his name? Marte. Noel Marte. The third baseman's been suspended all year. PEDs. He didn't know he took them though. He didn't know how it got in his body, but. He's coming back.
That's cap. That's full cap. That's full cap.
We got TJ Frito back in the past 3 weeks. I think he's got 4 home runs already. Leadoff hitter, puts bunts down, just gives us some juice. We're still missing our first baseman in Carson Strand. He had a bone broke in his hand. He might be out another couple of weeks. We just got a word on him yesterday. We thought he'd be back before June is up. Might be like more the beginning of July. So we got a lot of good players coming back to put some juice in that lineup. And our pitching's been good this year, man. Our pitching overall has been good. So the bullpens gave away a couple games. But, yeah, I mean, Hunter Green's pitching right now. I believe he went 6 1/3, held them to 2 runs, the Brewers, before he went out. Nick Lodolo was hurt last year most of the years. Beast, left-handed, puts you in mind of a Randy Johnson type. Not quite that tall, but he about 6'6". I think Randy Johnson's like 6'9", wasn't he?
Yeah, 6'10", I think.
Yeah. So he's that type of left-hander with heat. Abbott is more of a tactician on the mound. We got great starting pitching, man. We just gotta. The bats went cold for a long time back in May, most of May. And that's when we lost like 13 out of 6. As many as we won just now out of 18, I think we might have lost about the same amount out of 18, which is how we get back up around the 500 mark. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm not even worried because our division allows for that. Nobody's running away with it. I mean, the Brewers have got 40 wins. We got 33 wins. You know what I mean?
Listen, since we are our chat fam is very Pittsburgh heavy here, so I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. Dennis Pavlak, Quad Father says Skinas is him.
He is. He is.
Thomas 80 said Skinas is unreal, but the Pirates won't pay him and he will go elsewhere. Gonna be interesting what they get for him when they
come on to Philadelphia, dog. Come on to Philadelphia. We'll take you.
But man, that guy's a lot of fun. He's got the best mustache in the major leagues.
Yeah, he'll fit right in.
He's got a heck of a fastball.
He throws burner.
Him and Ohtani in that battle last week was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
He struck him out, throwing 103, and then the next at bat, he gives up a home run to Ohtani and smiles like a little kid. I thought it was great. I like his infectiousness, and I want to give a shout out to the Pirates for being tied at a .471 winning percentage with our absentees team.
The
Mr.
big
Tate and the Chicago Cubs, .471. Tate, I know that you've been watching the Cubs recently because you've been cashing some checks from Mr. Pay.
Yeah,
has he been paying you, or that's kind of ironic? His name Pay.
He has been. Pay has been paying.
Okay. Anything you want to say about his team and how they went from first to last here in the division?
They kind of took a bad turnaround the month of May, the same time we did. You know, they just didn't fall as far because they were up higher when they started to fall, far as winning percentage in games won. But yeah, we've beat them 4 out of 6 this year already. 3 out of 4 1 series, 2 out of 3. So that's five out of seven. 5 out of 7 we beat them this year. We owned the season series against the Phillies. We swept the Dodgers. We played well against all the good teams.
Yeah.
We got the season series from the Phillies. Don't say nothing.
I already know. I know. We only played. We played 2 games.
Nah, we played 7. Played all our games for the year against y'all. You know that.
So y'all won 4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Against the best team in baseball.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll give him credit. Hey, B-Dirt. Suarez had 6 in the third pitch tonight. 1 run, 1 hit. If they get the dub, he'll get the win. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys rocking with us as always. Chat fam, you guys have been lighting it up over there. We appreciate you.
Update on the basketball game. Dallas is up 75-42.
They beating the brake shoes off of the Boston Celtics
tonight. They go Boston playing with their food again, man. They always do.
You know what? I think Boston wanted to win it at the crib, though, dog. That's what I think they want to get that banner at the crib, man. I really do believe that. They want that banner at the crib.
Man, you get that banner whenever you can. You don't get team no life, no chances if you don't have to. Hey, I like just to say real quick before we go, and he's been on the know-it-alls, hasn't been on here, but Luther Atkinson, Mr. Luke, I call him. Mm-hmm. He's played in Negro League, played for Satchel Paige All-Stars. He's a Negro League Hall of Famer. They're having a game to honor all the new changes in the Negro League this Thursday on Fox in Birmingham, Alabama. I believe is it Rockwood, the oldest stadium in the
yep.
What's the name will be there?
It's the oldest
stadium. I think it's Lockwood, Tate.
Yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, they're playing the Cardinals and the Giants are playing a game there Thursday evening, and they're going to honor all those guys. And Mr. Luke is somebody I see 3-4 times a week. Their Major League Baseball is flying him down there to Birmingham, putting them up, and a lot of other old players too that are still alive. Putting all these guys up, and they're going to have a ceremony out on the field before the beginning of the game. So you guys remember, I'll remind on Sunday and remind again on Wednesday. Check that out. Piece of Major League Baseball history, and like I said, somebody that I revere and respect that I've known about the past 5 or 6 years, and just support the game, support Mr. Luke.
Listen, I was just going to thank everybody for tuning in. Tell them hit that like button. I was going to throw it over for you for Tate's last take, but you done stepped on my shoes again. But it's okay. That was a great take. I appreciate that. Big G, you got a burner you want to set us on fire with?
Nah, I don't want no burner tonight, man. I just want to shine some light, a little bit of light on a podcast that I do that's growing. The Level Up College Football Podcast, man. We are so close to college football season. And this last week, we had a great podcast, man. So if you guys want to search us out, check me out on Fans First Sports Network, Level Up College Football Podcast with me and Andy P. Like, we got 8 weeks to go. This week, we actually start our preview. Even some of the things, listen, me and Andy P said on the show on Monday, there would just be a matter of time before logos, because they've already said that they can announce that it's fair now. You can put logos on the jerseys and on the fields before the games, like before the bowl season games. Why did the Big 12 just today, the Big 12 are in negotiation with Allstate to have all of their jerseys for every team in the Big 12 and all of their stadiums have the Allstate logo on the field. So Andy P got a little G Stradamus in him too, bro. He sees stuff way out just like I do, man. And so, yeah, absolutely, man. Check out the Level Up Podcast on Fans First Sports Network. And don't forget to check out the Know-It-Alls Podcast on Sunday with me, Mod, and Tate Boy Fresh, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Tate.
I like the Level Up Podcast, man. It's good stuff, man. Big G.
Appreciate it, man.
Big G, do you still do the That's Rather Cavalier podcast?
It's been a minute. About 3-4 weeks. It's been a minute. When the Cavs went out, man, I was sort of hurt by that, man. So I was sort of hurt by that. But I'll be back on. I'm back in effect, man. We almost to the draft, so we gotta crank it up with the Cavs.
Big G with podcasts. He's like that old Richard Pryor skit he did. He said, Name a gang. I was in all of them.
Big facts.
Big G in all the podcasts.
Big G all around now. I remember when we first started.
Hey, Afton showed up right at the end.
What you said, Tate?
I said, I remember when we first started. That's why I had B Dirt and Pay. I tried to have you in at the beginning. You wanted to sit out about 8 months before you decided to come along. Now you everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I'm all in the streets, baby. I'm all in the streets. I had to let them know I'm in the streets.
After was out celebrating with her dad, there's a lot of Happy Father's Days going on out there.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. Definitely.
If I could give one suggestion to anybody out there, I know a lot of times we quabble and bicker with family and friends and stuff like that. Life's too short, man. If you're in a squabble with your father, bury that hatchet this weekend.
Kill it.
Just feel it about it.
Real quick, I don't know, because sometimes we're so disjointed and organized with the know-it-alls. We're supposed to have a Father's Day special. We're supposed to have Coach Q, Quincy Simpson, one of the best high school basketball coaches in Ohio. His son, Xavier Simpson, played at Michigan, plays in the NBA for the Memphis Grizzlies. Have that father-son duo on our show. And also Tyler Guyton, first round draft pick this year at Dallas Cowboys, and his dad Al supposed to be on our show. We confirmed a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but we haven't reconfirmed, and the show is Sunday, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if everything goes as previously planned, we have that for you guys to come check out on
Very cool
Father's Day. Know-it-alls.
Very cool. And now that we got the sentimental stuff out of the way, I got somebody to do dirty. As a matter of fact, I got a lot of people to do dirty.
Oh, God.
A whole lot of people.
Oh, God.
You know what? A whole ass country. Hey, Canada. Talking to you. 1993. The Montreal Canadiens were the last hockey team to hoist the Stanley Cup on behalf of the country of Canada. And they're now 3-0, Edmonton Oilers are, to the Florida Panthers. Not only has America taken hockey and the Stanley Cup into our grasp, even though most of that team is from Canada, they've got to hate the fact that Stanley Cup has been living in Florida. If they hold on to this 3-0 and win it, that'll be 3 out of the last 6 years, 2 in Tampa, 1 in outside of Miami, that will be in Florida, and a 4th, if you count the Vegas Knights. There's 4 places in the United States where you can't freeze ice outside anywhere.
Vegas, Florida.
They ain't getting no snow. They ain't getting no nothing. And they've taken hockey from Canada. Canada hasn't won a single Stanley Cup since 1993. This is embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. Canada done dirty.
Hey, but you know what they might get their revenge with? The Olympic gold in basketball.
They got a solid team.
Get their revenge.
Yeah, solid team.
Big corner time right now.
Hey, you know what? Check us out next week, because Big G is running the overtime next week, so you will see him talking about that. I'm taking next week off, so I won't have to deal with this. I will mark down the bets though.
We got to get Noah back. We got to get the WBOY.
He's a WBOR, white boy on reserve.
Hey, B Dirt, they be talking about bringing the righty,
No.
bringing the righty, bringing the righty, bringing the lefty, bringing the lefty.
Rubber arm.
Time to bring in the reliever.
After Pay will be back. So my Pay will be back next week. So my mother will watch next week. She probably did not watch this week since Pay wasn't here.
That's biased.
she'll-
Peter
she'll be
Mom
back.
biased.
She'll be back.
That's biased.
Hi, Miss Darlene.
That's biased.
You might as well save that for next week. She's gonna be watching when
That's
pay's on.
biased.
She probably
That's
turned it on, saw no pay, clicked it on.
So does she watch pay for his guns?
No, she just likes listening to him. Says he's the intelligent one.
Just because he's the most quiet one, I mean the most intelligent one.
Yeah, well, he's the most even keel, and I think she likes that.
Oh yeah, I will give him that.
But she beat her when we hooked up and met, went to the restaurant. She seemed to like me a lot, man.
Yeah, no, she's a liar. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
Dang, Mom.
She great. She great. She great.
Yeah, Mom was cool with the thing.
Yeah, no,
man.
she
We had
liked you.
fun.
She liked you. She just doesn't like you on the show as much as she does pay. She doesn't like me
That's
on the
fair.
show as much as she does pay. Like
That's bias.
as long as pay stays out of the wheel, I don't mind.
Facts.
She probably took me out the mix because she's known me the longest.
Well, and she got a soft spot for Val too.
Yes, yeah.
She has to. Well, because she got my dad through cracking crabs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But hey, listen, we're way over time. We appreciate you guys rocking with us, hanging in to the very end, still getting comments. Without pay, it's like watching a Shelby GT 500 drag racing on 3 wheels.
That's
wow,
bias, John. That's bias.
John
That's
Edberg.
big bias.
Hold
What?
on a second.
Matrix, Tate.
John Edberg, I need you to email me at the number 4 homies merch, homies with an S, not a Z, 4 homies merch at gmail.com. I got something coming your way, John. I haven't laughed that hard in a while. We appreciate all you guys rocking with us. Tate, I'm going to let you do the honors and take us home.
Hey, man, like always. And we're good cause. Brett Favre stole money from the state of Mississippi and lots of poor people, man.
Poorest state in the union.
Yeah. So, you know, that if you don't know why we say that every week, he kind of just skated by with no
repercussions.
That's what I'm looking for. Thanks, B Dirt. See, if Pay was here, he'd have got it quicker than you.
I'm inundated with words.
And yeah, so we always say at every show, arrest Brett Favre. And we out.